Oh noes, hellos, and welcome back to another videos. Today we'll be taking a look at the olden days of Magic. Oh yes, when the meta was so bad. Because you think Standard now is bad? Oh, it was just way worse back then. So we're gonna be doing a new video series where I'm gonna be talking about the old meta of Magic, and I think that's what we're gonna be calling the series, called the old meta of Magic. And we'll first start on this date on January 12th, 2005. So yeah, pretty long time ago. I couldn't get farther than that though. Unfortunately, they don't have archives for that, so I have to go just to this. And I'm pretty sure this is standard, but I could be wrong. But they don't tell us, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to assume that it's standard. But yeah, we'll see. All right. So anyways, let's get on to what the article has to say. And by the way, thanks Mike Flores for informing us on this. He's probably long gone now from the company because the company's in complete shambles, but good on you. All right, so let's start off with combo decks. Now, combo decks were dominant in Standard. They were just the best decks you can play in Standard, uh, to my understanding. There's some people I know that have played Magic for a long time, and they say, yeah, combo decks were the best. Because if you thought the Stroke of Genius combo decks were bad, oh man, these are way worse than them. They're way more complicated though. And you're going to see right now what the first deck we have. So the first deck we have is a life combo deck that they never gave us what the actual combo deck was, but he called it a life deck. So we're just going to have to take his word on that. Um, so let's take a look at the cards. Academy Rector, of course. Yes, Academy Rector. Eternal Witness, duh. And then we have this first card that we're going to be talking about a lot, where you target stuff with a certain thing, it does a certain thing. That's going to be a part of the combo, and a lot of decks are going to have this for some reason. It's now being played in Pauper now more than it is nowadays. So I don't know. It's just like they never print these cards anymore because they could just break stuff with them. So yeah. Task Force is the main one to go with. So yeah, it does the other spell and ability. It does even better though, so yeah. And here's the combo piece of the deck, if I'm completely honest. I don't understand it fully, but this card is important to the deck, and you're going to see why it is. It's really complicated, it really is. Nomad, same thing. Um, Genesis is an interesting one. We'll talk about the Genesis combo in a moment, because there is a Genesis type of combo in here too. And then Living Wish. And yes, we hate those cards, man. Don't we hate them? Eldamri's Call. You have that to search up your combo piece. Oh, and you have Worthy Cause. I believe that's the part of the combo, but I'm not too sure. Oh, you know what? I actually get it now. Worthy Cause. I'm just as like intrigued as you as I. Worthy Cause and Task Force. I wonder where they get the life from. Enlightened Tutor. That is just amazing how you can run like 3 Enlightened Tutors and stuff. Orum's Chant, of course. This was actually played in a lot of Standard. I can see that. Engineering Bridge, yeah, that too. Isochron Scepter. Okay, now we got another combo kind of thing, like the Scepter Chant kind of thing going around here. Yeah. Test of Endurance. Okay. What is this? Boneyard. Oh, I like this card. Yeah, this card's kind of weird. I don't know why it was played in this. Parallax Wave. There was actually a deck in Standard called Wave, so we'll take a look at that, maybe going down the line. Seal of Cleansing, of course. Rule of Law. I wonder why there's ones of in enchantments. That's kind of interesting. Sterling Grove, Energy Flux, and Engineered Plague. And the rest are lands, mostly being City of Brass and whatever this is. So yeah, pretty interesting deck. 63 cards. Hello. So yeah, this was Standard back then. And what Standard was a big combo generator. There would be a lot of combos that you can get with it. So let's just read the article. I won't read the first topic. Now let's just get into reading the article. The above is the deck that Ryuichi, I'm just going to say Ryuichi, played to the top 8 of Pro Tour Columbus. Now, that's a Pro Tour I know about, but I don't know about this Pro Tour. As will be the case for most of the swimming with the Sharks during the extended Pro Tour, the Columbus top 8 forms the backbone of decks we examine, the skeleton holding together the emerging metagame. And the metagame is combo decks. It just is. The life deck is essentially 3-card combination, but unlike of any specific combination, like Kesmet, Stasis, Time Elemental, Icy. Really? Oh, that just sounds disgusting. The Arita deck, I'm just gonna say Ryuichi deck is built on modules you can take from Group A, Group B, or any from the combination. Okay, so we don't really get a good glimpse into this picture. So let's see if we can get a better close-up on this picture. I don't think we could. So we're just going to have to use our imagination here because this article's way older than I thought. So what I am seeing here is that you could do 3 of these combos, if I'm not mistaken. So you can do A, B, or C, if that's what I'm saying. Let's read the whole list though, just to put this in your head for once, okay? The basic combination is to take creatures from Group B, say a task force, and target it repeatedly with damage prevention abilities of a creature from Group A. That just confused the hell out of me, but let's keep going. Say a Shaman and Korb, which by the way we can't see because the page is old. Once the Group B creature's toughness is exceptionally high, say 14 trillion. Okay, so you can do this infinitely. A Group C card is used to generate essentially infinite life, but actually only say 14 trillion by sacrificing Group B components. Okay, so what I'm getting at is that you use like one of these 3 cards to sacrifice this card. Okay, so now I'm intrigued. So now the game isn't technically over. Once life gain attains a huge life, but most decks can't deal with the infinite trillion damage before their 60-card deck has been drawn out. So actual victory tends to be the Academy. So yeah, I think we ran into this in Magic where, Infinite Nexus of Fates don't technically win you the game. You gotta have some way out. And there's the combo ender, Test of Endurance. That's how you win the game. And Sternling Dove to cover it, just in case someone blows it up, because there's probably one in the deck, so you gotta have cover for it. But then there's all kinds of, of course. As long as you have kinds of numbers of advantage on the board, you'll eventually win because you can move all the damage done to any of your creatures to some infinitely, though, while poking for 1 or 2. Wait, so you could poke your teammate for 1. Oh my goodness. While no amount of counterattacks is ever going to kill you, you can Living Wish for Sarah's Avatar. Oh my goodness, this deck is actually kind of batshit crazy. Sarah's Avatar is actually fairly reliable as it's cracking more life than your opponent has. You can easily dealt with over a long game. You could just deck the opponent whether via Sarah's Avatar or your life total. Yeah. So this just talks about the combo a little bit. They go back into the picture. This combo is basically kind of like a inside out combo in Pauper. But it's a little bit different because you gain a lot of life and stuff, so I'm believing that's what they're trying to do. So yeah, that's pretty degenerate. And man, like, playing against these types of decks in Standard would be horrendous today, because no one would like that. They would want that thing banned immediately. But in this meta, they don't care. There's a bunch of other combos we'll be explaining here. You can get Eldamri's Call, Living Wish to get any of the cards from A or B, and a Starlit Sanctum. So that's probably the one where you sacrifice the creature's stuff. Yeah, it's the whole sacrifice the creature's toughness thing. Okay. Enlightened, Tutored, and Sterling Go can finish the game off by getting testimonies, screw opposing combination decks by getting, oh, Rule of Law. Okay, so that's a sideboard card. And actually it's in Standard today. We can play Rule of Law, but actually we don't usually sideboard that. So yeah. And then the third part of the combo is Animal Boneyard. So that's what this is, I think. So you can enchant that on the land and sacrifice the infinite toughness creature and gain that much life. Even with the true combination, any combination of group A, B creatures will demolish, conventional beatdown. So yeah, this deck was really hard to finish because they would always have a way to search up their combo. And we don't really have that today in Standard. We have some tutors, but they give it to your opponent. This day, that day, man, no. You could just tutor it up, and there you go. You can run 4 Enlightened tutors. And I wonder why that's restricted in Vintage. I wonder. Life is awesome against... okay, life is awesome. It's a little bit of a under... Ooh. Were they meaning this life deck or the life in general? Okay. Life is awesome against a single-minded beat. Wait, what? I don't understand what they went there. There is a better choice against decks like red deck wins. Okay, so there was like, okay, in this standard, red deck wins still. And it will literally lose to a deck like Stompy, only if horribly mana screwed. Oh, so why does everyone play life? Life is one of the worst decks against another combination deck. Okay, so it was a. They shouldn't say combination. Did you just say combo deck? So like, yeah, this deck was just bad against, I guess, combo decks. I don't know, and not very strong against true control deck. Go figure. Even though it could generate, we think, infinite life, another deck with infinite combo can pick up bigger numbers than the one you choose. Okay, so what's the big deal? Life is pretty... I don't like how they're saying this. In the old days, did they know how to spell? Did they know how to do any of this? Hello? Against, like... Oh, they did have Mind's Desire. Okay, so there was Mind's Desire decks. By the way, if you don't know what Mind's Desire decks are, they storm off and they can cast their whole goddamn deck. And just say... Like, I saw a video where they literally said... Here, I cast Mind Desire, here's my deck. And he dropped it. And he won. That card got banned faster than freaking Arcbound Ravager was in Modern. Like, Mind's Desire was a degenerate card. And Orm's Chance, of course, there was an infinite Orm's Chant combo you can do with the Isochron Scepter. Aether Vial was still in there, of course. So, yeah. And that was the deck. And let's take a look at the other deck now. So we're taking a look. These were not, by the way. There was no creative names with this. So here we go with the other one. Solitary Confinement. Oh, okay, wait. Now we're getting to it. It was a block deck. Okay. So all of these decks were blocks. They weren't standard, but they were still pretty busted. I mean, in block, come on, that would be outrageous. Okay, so we got Genesis, we got, ooh, Ambassador Colossus. Now that screams combo. Aquamoeba. Okay, I don't know what that is. Mild Mongrel. Okay, so that's like Madness or something. Card I can't see. Must be doing the same thing. Concentrate. Wait, what? Why would you run this? 4 mana for just drawing 3 cards at sorcery speed? Okay. New Frontiers, each player... Oh, that sounds really interesting. War of the Worm. Oh, I know where this is going. Circular Logic, yep. Obsessive Research, yep. Envelop, another card I can't see. Flash of Insight. Yeah, I know where this is going. Okay, so here's the big combo card. Solitary Confinement. So, let me read this card for you. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Solitary Confinement unless you discard a card from your hand. Skip your draw step. You can't be the target of spells or abilities. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. By the way, it does not say loss of life, so you can still lose to loss of life. So, and then of course the rest are lands, and I guess this is the sideboard, but we can't see it because, yeah, the thing's too old. So yeah, I think I remember this deck. What Solitary Confinement effects were kind of like madness decks. So what you were trying to do is discard cards and kind of get around Solitary Confinement in general. Um, and that's all I understand about the deck so far. I've seen it played in Commander, and there's some interactions with it. So let's read what they have to say about it. Okay, so the goal of this deck is to spread your mana individually with Solitary Confinement and with Genesis in the graveyard. It can pay 2 and a green every turn to return Genesis to hand, discarding Genesis to Solitary Confinement indefinitely. Because a player with Solitary Confinement in play doesn't have to draw a card, that defensive enchantment combination piece is also implied to win. 40 turns or so after it comes down, assuming that the Solitary Confinement does okay. I'm just sick on that deck. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That is like the easiest combo I've ever seen. And why wasn't it banned? I don't know. What were they thinking? They should just ban that outright. Like, they don't understand the interaction with that. Okay, so let's cut down what the combo really was, okay? So, let's say I have a hand like this, okay? Like, oh, what am I gonna do with it? Hey, I don't like it. And deal me another mulligan, okay? Wow, this these are terrible draws. Okay. I'm not actually getting the lands I want. This is terrible. Okay. Anyways, so what the whole combo shebang thing is, you play Solitary Confinement and you play Genesis, by the way. Once you have 2 green and Solitary Confinement out, you can infinitely have Solitary Confinement out. The problem with that is, though, is that you have to keep Solitary Confinement safe. So if someone tries to destroy Solitary Confinement, then yeah, you're going to get your ass handed to you. But what I understand with the deck is it's a 2-card combo with Genesis and Solitary Confinement. You can infinitely have it out, infinitely not be dealt damage, and infinitely not be the target of spells or abilities. So what would people have to do? Sideboard an enchantment hate. Heck, maybe even mainboard it. Because there is no way you're going to get around Solitary Confinement on turn 3. Maybe even quicker. I don't know if it has ramp. I don't think it has ramp. But yeah, that's like borderline like off the charts, stupid shit crazy. Like that shouldn't be a part of standard or block ever. Like that's just stupid. Like our standard now is all about aggression and about control. This standard environment was all about combos. Combos were the whole shebang. And this combo is just too much, man. That's just way too much. Okay, so we go back to the World Champion. I guess this is a Pro Tour Qualifiers deck. And this is the deck we had. We don't actually get information on it, but I believe we do get information if we scroll down. Yes, okay, we do. All right, let's just scroll down here. This is way more. We just can't see the cards, so let's just look at this. All right, so let's look at this deck now. Some kind of Goblin Squee Nabob combo thing. Okay, so we got Squee Goblin Nabob. Okay, pretty cool. Oh, Masticore. Oh, now this card was good in Standard at the time. And the way people got around it was actually Squee Goblin Nabob. And yeah, people would use this card as a way to get a lot of stuff. And those are the only 2 creatures, surprisingly. Cumulative Knowledge. So yeah, that was a card in Standard. Intuition. There's only 1. That's weird. Bunch of counter spells. Force Spikes, Forbids. Those are all counter spells. Cunning Wish is to search up your winning instant or sorcery. Brainstorm? Oh yeah, this is 2003. Yeah, Brainstorm, man, really powerful. A mainboard disenchant, that kind of confuses me. So there must have been solitary confinement decks messing around. Wow. And then there was Quash for some reason. Okay, this is probably to get around like people playing like combo decks. So Quash would counter a instant of sorcery, maybe to take out all their tutors, or maybe to take out a certain combo like the one we just saw with the buyback. That was a way to take it out. One Enlightened Tutor, that's kind of weird. Stifle, that's also kind of weird. Unsummon, yeah, I guess to save your creatures. 4, Sapphire's Medallion. Don't know why it's not legendary, but whatever. And this deck ran Solitary Confinement. One of them, though. And then there's Compulsion. That's a pretty interesting card. I've actually seen it a lot. Spirit Claim, and wow, 4 Arcane Laboratories in the main. Damn. So, okay, let's talk about this deck. Let's read into it more, and since the page is old, we'll have to scroll down to this archived one. The extension vision of the deck is to take advantage of similarly awesome. Are they awesome, or are they just degenerate? So the most important are Intuition and Squee, Goblin, Nabob. So yeah, this card was infamous for making discard decks really good. The deck has a turn 3 win against a good many decks playing Solitary Confinement. Yeah, with Squee in hand. A huge number of extended decks have no way to beat that draw in Game 1, including some of the most popular choices in the Columbus Top 5, which we can actually go to. Let's see if we can. No, it's in the archive folder. It says 404. Okay, so we can't. Moreover, Intuition Squee is an unbeatable for a control deck with Compulsion. When Compulsion is in play, the Solitary Confinement play will just draw 4 cards per turn every turn until so far ahead that they play Forbid. Oh, okay. So there used to be a deck called Forbidium, and it didn't use Squee. It used another card to get Forbid and a bunch of card draw. And this is kind of what it was looking like. And Forbidium was like a old deck in like the old standard, like maybe like 1999. But this just used Squee. So let's read a little bit more about this. Jordan played Spirit Charm. I believe the famous for swimming with the sharks amateur Brave's Spirit Charm gives the deck a nice combination with Squee, Compulsion, and Solitary Confinement. Okay, so I'm seeing this now. Solitary Confinement is like what makes these decks win. Like, every deck I've seen so far, Solitary Confinement all the time. So much like life, Spirit Carrion helps to actually take the game faster. Okay, so unlike a card like Morphling, which is only beatable rather than one Solitary Confinement and a large mana advantage is already in play, Spirit Carrion operates with just Compulsion out, the maximized strength of the deck existing card advantage. Wow, so this is actually a really complicated combo. Okay. So the Solitary Confinement deck has a lot of nice tricks like Cunning Wish, the best probably being going for an Enlightened Tier, but stopping and an all-out Wild Mongrel and Arcbound Ravager. Oh yeah, because Arcbound Ravager was still in there. Or just any old Acroma Angel of Wrath, okay, with an Unsummon. Has to be up there. Massacre is a nice way out of the board, realizing a potential we originally saw with Squee, Goblin, Nabob back on the Mercadian's Mask. Okay. Here's what they admit. Though Solitary Confinement has been largely forgotten and might even qualify it as a never was in the extended category, we recently tried it in the Natural Ground Time Walk tournament. What? And because of its potential turn 3 auto win, it merits a closer look for upcoming tournaments. So there you have it. 2 combo decks that don't actually win when they get the cards they need for their combos. You know how they win? They win by annoying you and being dicks at the table by saying, let's play a long game of Magic. Yeah! So both are strong against aggro and have a lot of neat nuances. Up next, Hiya! Like, what is that? I don't know what that is. But anyways, that's gonna do it for the old back in time of what Standard was like in, was it January? January 12th, 2005. So you thought this standard was broken? Oh, hell no. This was even, well, it wasn't even broken. It was just boring because I would feel like you would have to watch the combo and see how it plays out. That's kind of like what happened to KCI when it got banned. They just didn't want to see the thing. They didn't want to go over the rulings and all that other stuff. So I don't know if they banned these, but man, with these combo decks really dominant. Like, come on, you couldn't beat them. Um, but yeah, I mean, combo decks were the whole thing in standard back then, and as we go down the line and more down the line, if we go more down the line, maybe to 2008 and like 2009, 2010, we'll start seeing more of a change, more about control when we get into it. Aggro wasn't really there because control was always stopping them. But yeah, that was the whole meta in 2005 on January 12th. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to do this series just to give you a little insight of what standard was like back then and what it is today. Trying to compare the two. So I really think that standard up until this point is gonna start turning into a little bit of this. It kind of already is getting there with the Fires of Invention deck, that combo. The combos with, Fires of Invention, the Planeswalkers, and activated abilities. We got other combo decks that we had, like Oko. It wasn't really a combo deck, though. It was just a really good engine. And then Angel of Grace combo I have. Like, that's going to see any play. But yeah, these are just, decks that were just combo decks back then. And that's basically it, guys, for this video. I will be doing more of this. We'll go back in time to the meta. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye and peace.